Grieving tribal chief widower discovers a woman unclaimed, takes her as his wife by dusk. The morning sun rose slowly over the wide plains, painting the sky in soft colors of gold and pale red. The wind moved gently through the tall grass, whispering across the land like an old song. In the center of the Lakota village stood the chief's lodge, quiet and still, as it had been for many days. Chief Mato Standing Bear sat near the fire inside his lodge. The flames were small, barely moving. He had not added new wood. He did not feel the cold. Since his wife had passed away, the world felt empty, even when the village around him was full of life. Outside, children laughed as they chased each other between the teepees. Women prepared food for the day, and hunters checked their tools. Life continued as it always did. But for the chief, time felt frozen. He touched the small necklace in his hand. It once belonged to his wife Whitefeather. She had worn it every day. When she smiled, her eyes shone like the river in sunlight. Now, only her memory stayed with him. An elder named Grey Wolf came to the entrance of the lodge. He did not step inside. He waited, showing respect. "Chief," Grey Wolf said softly, "the council waits for you." Maddo Standing Bear closed his hand around the necklace and slowly stood up. He walked outside. The people bowed their heads as he passed. They respected him, but they also worried. The chief must be strong, and their chief looked tired and lost. At the council fire, the elders sat in a circle. The smoke rose into the sky, carrying their words to the spirits, or so they believed. Grey Wolf spoke first. "The hunt has been good. The river is strong. But the tribe feels your sadness, Chief. When the leader is heavy with pain, the people feel it too." Mato Standing Bear listened. He did not speak for a long moment. Then he said, "I lead as I can. My heart is still healing." The elders nodded. They understood. But they also knew the tribe needed more than understanding. They needed hope. After the meeting, the chief walked alone beyond the village. His horse followed slowly behind him. He did not ride. He wanted to feel the ground under his feet. The land was wide and open. Hills rolled in the distance. Birds flew across the sky. The river shined like a silver path cutting through the earth. He walked toward the river without knowing why. Something pulled him there. As he reached the riverbank, he saw movement near the water. At first, he thought it was an animal. Then he saw a person. A woman stood near the edge of the river. Her clothes were worn. Her hair was loose and moved in the wind. She looked tired, but she stood tall, as if she refused to fall, no matter how hard the world had been on her. Mato Standing Bear stopped. He did not want to scare her. "Hello," he said, his voice calm and low. The woman turned quickly. Her eyes were sharp, like a deer ready to run. She took a step back. "I mean no harm," he said. "This is Lakota land." "Are you lost?" She did not answer at first. She studied him, his clothes, the symbol of the chief on his chest. Slowly, her shoulders relaxed. I am not from here, she said. Her voice was quiet but strong. I travel alone. That is not safe, the chief said. The land is wide. Storms come fast. Other tribes pass through. I have survived so far, she replied. He nodded. He respected her courage. My village is close, he said. You may rest there. Eat, drink water, then you can choose your path. She looked at the river, then back at him. After a long moment, she nodded. My name is Ayana, she said. I will come. They walked back together. The horse followed them. The village came into view, and people stopped what they were doing when they saw the chief walking beside a stranger. Whispers moved through the air like the wind. Who is she? Where did she come from? Why is the chief bringing her here? Matto's standing bear raised his hand. The people grew quiet. This woman is a guest, he said. She will be treated with respect. The village women brought water and food. Ayana accepted with thanks. She sat near the fire, warming her hands. She looked around, watching everything, learning without asking questions. The chief stood nearby, but he did not stay too close. He wanted her to feel safe, not trapped. That evening, as the sun began to fall, the sky turned deep orange. Drums sounded softly in the distance. The day was ending. Gray Wolf walked up to the chief. Who is she? The elder asked. Her name is Ayana, Matto's standing bear said. She is alone. She needed shelter. Gray Wolf studied the woman. The spirits bring people to us for a reason. The chief did not answer. He did not know if he believed in reasons anymore. But he felt something he had not felt in a long time. Curiosity. Later, Ayana sat by herself near the edge of the village. The chief walked over. You may stay here tonight, he said. Tomorrow, you can decide where to go. She looked up at him. Thank you. You did not have to help me. I did, he said simply. They sat in silence. The stars began to appear, one by one. Ayana spoke first. Your people respect you. They need a leader, he replied. I try to be one, she nodded. You carry much weight. He was surprised. Few people spoke to him like that. Yes, he said. I do. The fire crackled between them. The night air was cool. Somewhere in the village, a baby cried. A woman sang softly to calm the child. Life moved forward, even in the dark. Matto's standing bear looked at the sky. For the first time in many days, the emptiness in his chest felt a little lighter. Ayana stood up. I should rest. A woman from the village showed her a place to sleep. The chief watched her go. Gray Wolf came to stand beside him. You brought more than a guest today, the elder said. You brought change. The chief did not answer. He was not ready to think about change. But as he walked back to his lodge, he noticed something strange. The fire inside did not feel so small anymore. He placed a new piece of wood on the flames. The fire grew brighter. Outside, the wind moved through the grass. The stars shone above. And in the quiet of the night, something new had begun. Even if no one yet knew its shape, the morning light touched the village softly, like a gentle hand waking the earth. Smoke rose from small fires as women prepared food and men gathered their tools for the day. The sounds of life filled the air again. Ayana woke in a small shelter near the edge of the village. For a moment, she did not move. She listened. She heard laughter, footsteps, and the crackle of fire. It had been a long time since she had woken in a place that felt safe. She stepped outside. The cool air brushed her face. The sky was wide and clear. A young girl ran past her, carrying a small basket. The girl stopped and smiled. "Good morning," the girl said. "Good morning," Ayana replied, surprised by how easy the word felt. The girl pointed toward the center of the village. "Food is there." Ayana nodded. "Thank you." She walked slowly, taking in everything. The people worked together, talking and laughing. No one looked afraid. No one looked alone. Near the fire, an older woman named Soft Rain handed her a bowl of warm soup. "You must eat," Soft Rain said. "The road makes people thin." Ayana smiled slightly. "The road teaches people to be strong." Soft Rain laughed. "And villages teach people to rest." Ayana sat and ate. The warmth filled her body. She did not rush. For the first time in many days, she did not feel like she had to move quickly, always ready to leave. Across the village, Mato Standing Bear watched her. He was speaking with two hunters, but his eyes often returned to the woman near the fire. Gray Wolf noticed. "You look at her like the sky looks at the earth," the elder said. The chief frowned. "What does that mean?" "It means something is changing," Gray Wolf replied. Mato Standing Bear did not answer. He finished speaking with the hunters and walked away. Later in the day, Aina helped Soft Rain carry water from the river. The bucket was heavy, but she did not complain. "You have strong hands," Soft Rain said. Aina nodded. "I had to." They walked together. The river moved calmly, like it had no worries in the world. "Where is your family?" Soft Rain asked gently. Ayana stopped. She looked at the water. "I lost them," she said. "A long time ago." Soft Rain did not ask more. She placed a hand on Ayana's shoulder. "You are not alone today," she said. The words stayed with Ayana as they walked back. In the afternoon, the children gathered near the open field. They played games, running in circles and laughing loudly. Ayana sat nearby, watching them. A boy tripped and fell. He looked like he might cry. Ayana stood and walked over. She helped him up and brushed the dirt from his knees. "You are strong," she told him. "The ground just wanted to meet you." The boy laughed and ran back to his friends. Mato Standing Bear saw this from a distance. A small smile touched his face before he realized it. As the sun moved lower, a group of riders appeared on the far hill. The village grew quiet. People stood and watched. Gray Wolf walked to the chief's side. "They are from the river tribe," the elder said. "They come without warning." The riders stopped at the edge of the village. Their leader stepped forward. The children leaned against their parents. Ayana sat among them. The warmth of the people felt like another kind of fire, one that did not burn, only held. Maddo Standing Bear sat across from her. Their eyes met across the flames. The past still lived in his heart, but it did not feel as heavy as before. Gray Wolf leaned close to the chief. "You are not walking alone anymore, even if you do not yet see it." The chief did not answer, but he did not move away either. Later, Ayana returned to her shelter. She lay down and stared at the roof above her. For the first time in many nights, she did not think about where she would go next. She thought about where she was. Outside, Maddo Standing Bear stood near his lodge. He looked at the stars. The wind moved softly through the grass. The village slept. Two people, both carrying old pain, now shared the same sky. And somewhere in the quiet, the beginning of trust was taking root. Slow and gentle, like a seed waiting for spring. The morning came with a soft wind that moved through the village like a quiet song. The sky was clear, and the sun rose slowly, touching the tops of the teepees with warm light. Maddo Standing Bear stood outside his lodge, looking across the land. He felt something new in his chest. It was not pain, and it was not joy. It was a feeling of being pulled in two directions at once. Behind him, the village was waking. Ahead of him, the open plains waited, wide and free. Ayana walked through the village, carrying a basket of berries she had helped gather. The people now greeted her by name. She was no longer just a guest. She was becoming part of the day-to-day life of the tribe. A group of women waved to her. Children ran past her, laughing. She smiled, but inside, her heart felt heavy. Later, she sat by the river alone. She dropped a small stone into the water and watched the ripples move outward in circles. Gray Wolf saw her from a distance and walked over. "You sit like someone who is listening to the river," the elder said. Ayana nodded. "It speaks without words." Gray Wolf smiled. "So do people, if we pay attention." She looked at him. "Your chief carries many thoughts." The elder did not deny it. "So do you." She took a deep breath. "I do not know where I belong." Gray Wolf sat beside her. "Belonging is not a place," he said. "It is a feeling that grows between people." Ayana thought about this as the elder walked away. That afternoon, the council gathered. The elders sat in a circle, and Maddo Standing Bear took his place among them. Gray Wolf spoke first. "The river tribe watches us. They see the woman who walks among us." Another elder nodded. "Some will think she is a sign of weakness. Others will think she is a sign of change." The chief listened. "But, huh, what do you think, Maddo Standing Bear?" one elder asked. He spoke slowly. "I think she is a person who needed shelter. I gave it. That is all." The elders looked at one another. Gray Wolf leaned forward. "The people follow you, not just in words, but in choices. Whatever path you walk, They will walk with you. The chief understood what the elder meant. Later, Matto's standing bear found Ayana near the horse pens. She was brushing one of the horses, moving gently, speaking softly to it. "You are good with them," he said. "They listen," she replied. "Animals know when someone means no harm." He nodded. People should learn from them. They stood in silence for a moment. "There are eyes on you," he said. "I feel them," she replied. "I never wanted to be a reason for worry." "You are not," he said. "But choices bring questions." She looked at him. "Do I bring questions for you?" He did not answer right away. "Yes," he finally said. "You do." She lowered her eyes. "Then maybe I should leave." The words hit him harder than he expected. "You do not have to," he said quickly. She looked up. "But maybe I should. I have always walked alone. It is what I know." He thought of his empty lodge, his quiet nights, the small fire that had once felt cold. "You do not walk alone here," he said. That evening, a storm gathered far away. Dark clouds rolled across the sky, but the village remained dry. The wind grew stronger, and the air felt full of waiting. Ayana stood near the edge of the village, watching the clouds. Matto, standing bear, walked to her. "Storms pass," she said. "They always do." "Yes," he replied. "But they change the land when they come." She turned to him. "I cannot stay if I bring storms to your people." "You do not bring storms," he said. "You bring change. There is a difference." She studied his face. "And what do you bring?" He thought of his past, his loss, his duty. "I bring responsibility," he said, "and hope when I can." They stood together as the wind moved around them. That night, the village gathered for a small ceremony. The elders lit a new fire in the center of the village, a symbol of unity and guidance. Grey Wolf spoke to the people. "Every person here carries a story. Some stories come from far away. Some are born here. All deserve respect." The people nodded. Ayana felt her throat tighten. She did not expect to feel so seen. Mato, standing bear, stood beside the elders. He looked out at his people, then at Ayana. When the ceremony ended, the chief walked with her toward the river. "But I need to know your heart." She stopped walking. "My heart is tired," she said. "I lost my family. I lost my home. I learned to keep moving so the pain could not catch me." He listened without interrupting. "But here," she continued, "the pain found me anyway, and it did not feel as heavy. It felt shared." He felt the truth in her words. She looked at him. "And you?" He took a deep breath. "I lost my wife. I thought my heart closed with her passing, but something opened when you arrived." I did not ask it to. It just happened. They stood facing each other, the river whispering beside them. I do not want to be a shadow in your life, she said. I want to be a choice. You are, he replied. You always were. The wind softened. The clouds began to break apart, showing the stars behind them. Back in the village, the people watched the two figures by the river, standing close, but not touching. Gray Wolf spoke quietly to another elder. Two paths meet there. Yes, the elder replied, and both lead forward. Later, Ayana returned to her shelter. She lay awake, listening to the sounds of the night. She thought about the road she had walked for so long. She thought about the faces in the village, the children, the women, the chief. For the first time, the idea of staying did not feel like being trapped. It felt like choosing. Mato Standing Bear sat alone by the fire in his lodge. He placed another piece of wood on the flames. The light grew brighter. He thought about leadership, about loss, about the future of his people, and about a woman who had walked into his land and quietly into his heart. The night passed slowly, like it wanted to give them both time to listen to their own thoughts. Somewhere between the stars and the earth, a decision was forming. Not yet spoken, but no longer far away. The morning sky was painted in soft pink and pale gold as the sun rose over the village. The wind was gentle, and the air felt clean, like the world had been washed during the night. Mato Standing Bear stepped outside his lodge and took a deep breath. Today felt different. The land felt like it was waiting. Across the village, Ayana stood near the river. She dipped her hands into the cool water and watched the small waves move around her fingers. Her reflection looked back at her, calm but thoughtful. She had not slept much. Her thoughts had walked in circles through the night, like footsteps around a fire. Gray Wolf approached her slowly. You greet the day before it greets you, the elder said. She smiled. I wanted to listen to the morning. Gray Wolf nodded. The morning listens back, if you are quiet enough. They stood together, watching the sun climb higher. The chief walks with many questions today, Gray Wolf said. So do I, Ayana replied. The elder smiled. Then maybe today brings answers. Back in the village, women prepared food and cleaned the open space near the central fire. Children carried small bundles of flowers from the field. The air was full of soft voices and gentle laughter. Mato Standing Bear noticed the quiet work. What is happening? He asked Soft Rain. She smiled at him. The people feel something good in the wind. Sometimes that is reason enough. He did not stop them. Later, he found Ayana walking toward the village from the river. Did you sleep? He asked. A little, she said. Enough to know what my heart is saying. He nodded. So did I. They walked side by side, not touching, but close enough to feel each other's presence. As the sun moved higher, the elders gathered. Gray Wolf spoke to the people. Today, we do not gather for sorrow, he said. We gather for a new step forward. The village grew quiet. Everyone listened. Mato Standing Bear stood near the central fire. Ayana stood a few steps away. Grey Wolf looked at them both. Two people have walked long roads, the elder said. Both carried loss. Both carried strength. Today, they stand in the same place, under the same sky. Ayana felt her heart beat faster. Mato Standing Bear took a step forward. I was once a man who only looked behind him, he said. I walked with memory, not with hope. But the land brought someone to my path who reminded me that the future still waits for us, even when we are tired. He turned and looked at Ayana. Ayana took a deep breath and stepped forward too. I walked alone for a long time, she said. I thought strength meant never stopping, but here I learned that strength can also mean staying. The people watched in silence. Grey Wolf lifted a small bundle of herbs and placed them on the fire. The smoke rose slowly into the air. This smoke carries words to the sky, he said. Speak what you choose so the wind can remember it. Mato Standing Bear looked at Ayana. I do not ask you to stay because I am lonely, he said. I ask you to stay because I see who you are. I respect your path, and I wish to walk beside you, not in front of you. Ayana felt tears in her eyes, but she did not let them fall. I do not stay because I am afraid to leave, she said. I stay because I choose this place. I choose these people. And I choose you to walk with me, not above me. The wind moved through the grass like a quiet song. Grey Wolf nodded. Then let the people witness this choice. The village women stepped forward and placed a simple woven cloth over both of their shoulders, joining them gently. Children scattered flower petals at their feet. The drums began to beat, slow and steady, like a heart. The sun slowly moved toward the edge of the sky. As dusk came closer, the light turned soft and golden. Mato Standing Bear and Ayana stood together, facing the people. No loud words were spoken. No grand promises were made. Only hands joined, simple and steady. The elders raised their hands to the sky. May your path be strong, they said. May your fire stay warm. May your hearts walk together. Even when the road is hard, the people repeated the words. As the sun touched the horizon, the drums grew quiet. The sky glowed in deep orange and purple. Ayana felt the moment settle into her, like something she would carry forever. Mato Standing Bear felt his chest fill with a feeling he had not known in a long time. Peace. Later, the village shared food and stories. Laughter rose into the night air. Children ran between the fires, chasing shadows. Ayana sat beside the chief, now her partner, near the central fire. You look lighter, she said. So do you, he replied. They smiled. Grey Wolf walked past them and placed a hand on the chief's shoulder. The fire in your lodge will never be small again, the elder said. Mato Standing Bear nodded. As the night deepened, the stars filled the sky. The village slowly grew quiet. Ayana and Mato Standing Bear walked together to his lodge. The fire inside burned warmly, casting soft light on the walls. They sat near the flames, not speaking for a long time. The wind moved outside. The night felt calm. Ayana finally spoke. Do you ever miss the way things were? Yes, but I do not wish to live there anymore. I wish to live here. She nodded. So do I. They sat in peaceful silence, listening to the fire. Outside, the land rested. The river flowed. The stars watched. Two lives, once broken in different ways, now moved forward together, not because the past was forgotten, but because the future was chosen, and under the wide, endless sky, a new story began, not of loss, not of wandering, but of walking side by side, step by step, into the days yet to come. We seek words, not trouble, the man said. Matto's Standing Bear stepped out to meet him. You have words, the chief said. Speak them. The man's eyes moved past the chief, toward Ayana. There is a woman among you, he said. She walked through our lands. We wish to know why she is here. Ayana felt every eye turn toward her. Her hands tightened at her sides. Matto's Standing Bear did not look back. He stood firm. She is a guest, he said. She is under our protection. The man frowned. She belongs nowhere. People who belong nowhere bring trouble. The air felt heavy. Ayana took a step forward. I do not bring trouble, she said. I bring only myself. The man studied her, then looked back at the chief. Your village is strong, he said, but even strong places can break. Matto's Standing Bear lifted his chin. We do not break guests. The man held his gaze for a long moment. Then he turned back to his riders. We will remember your words, he said. They rode away, dust rising behind them. The village slowly breathed again. Grey Wolf nodded at the chief. You stood tall. Matto's Standing Bear looked at Ayana. She stood still, but her eyes were full of questions. That evening, the chief found her near the river. They asked about you, he said. I heard, she replied. I did not mean to cause problems. You did not, he said. The land always has questions. So do people. She looked at the water. I never wanted to stay in one place, but now I feel like leaving would be harder than staying. The chief said nothing. He sat beside her. The sky turned purple and gold. The river reflected the colors like a moving painting. You can stay as long as you wish, he said. Ayana looked at him. Why? He thought for a moment. Because no one should walk alone if they do not want to. She nodded slowly. As night came, the village gathered around the main fire. Stories were told. Songs were sung.